Okay, so welcome to Breathing Your Way into Calm. This is a coping skills tool belt workshop. I'm really excited to bring 12 breathing exercises to you today. So make yourselves comfortable, make sure that you have a private space and that you have the opportunity to really deep dive with me into these breathing exercises. We will be using the chat for any questions or comments throughout the course. And then also, if you have questions, if there's time, we will take them at the end. Okay, let us get started. So these are the breathing exercises that you will be learning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Follow your breath, 4-8 breathing, square breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, levered breathing, and finger breathing. Infinity breathing, peace breathing, drawing your breath, humming breathing, pursed lip breathing, and alternate nostril breathing. I've chosen these 12 because I think they're really easy to learn and practice, and some of them have instantaneous results in terms of reducing anxiety and increasing calm. So let's start with our practice. The best thing for you guys to do right now is, if you're in a chair like me, I'm in a chair with a back, to sit as far back as you can in the chair with your 2 feet flat on the ground. And we do that for several reasons. One is sometimes if you get into a very meditative state, you might feel a little woozy. So having your feet on the ground is very safe and grounding. Also, you're taking energy and stability from the earth, from the ground beneath your feet. So we like to have 2 feet on the ground if possible. If that's not possible for you, no worries. You could also put a pillow behind you. Some people like to sit on the floor in a meditative position. That's okay too, whatever's comfortable. The most important thing is that you're not slumping like this, that you're in a naturally erect state with some pretty decent posture. And you want to also make sure that your shoulders aren't hunched up, but that your shoulders are back and down. Okay. Everybody, please close your eyes. First exercise is called Follow Your Breath. So what I'd like you to do is simply follow the natural rhythm of your breath. You're not forcing anything. Just notice the natural rhythm of your breath. The thing with mindful breathing is there's no judgment. So whatever happens is the experience for you that is supposed to happen. If your mind wanders for any of these exercises, you simply bring your focus back to your breathing. You do not judge, I'm not good at this, I can't even relax my body and focus on my breathing. So judgments, go on a little puffy cloud and imagine your judgments, your other thoughts sort of just floating away. Some people like to use a train visual. So if you get distracted, you put your thoughts on a slow moving train and watch them just move on by. And then also some people like to have the visual of a wave in the ocean. So the thoughts are coming and then they're receding. And then maybe there's a longer space between the next wave. The wave comes back in, that would be your thought, and then it goes back out. Do not get hijacked by your thoughts. And if you do, no worries. Just bring your focus right back to the activity that you're doing. So let's practice for 1 minute, simply following the natural rhythm of your breath. At the end of a minute, you will hear my ding, my chime, and that will be your cue to open your eyes gently and come back to the room. So let's get started. Follow the natural rhythm of your breath. Okay, so that was about a minute. That was exercise 1. The one thing I'd like to do right now is do a quick check-in to see what came up for you so that I know how to guide you for the future exercises. So if it was impossible for you to focus simply on the natural rhythm of your breath, if you notice something in particular, just drop a little quick comment right now in the chat, and then we're going to move on to our next exercise. So how was that for you guys? Okay. Puffy cloud image is really helpful. It's very soothing. It's part of nature, relaxing. Right. Okay. Someone said my breathing was very uneven. Right. So the natural rhythm of your breath doesn't necessarily need to be even. It's not supposed to be even. Right. So if you're taking a non-judgmental stance, if you're noticing some unevenness in your breath, that's fine. Yes, environmental noises can be very distracting. So the goal would be to just tune in as best as possible and not judge the noises outside, but really just focusing on the breathing. Okay, great. Yes, and also relaxing, but I kept thinking about client cases. This is natural and expected because we hold a lot in our bodies as therapists. We are the holding environment, right? We're holding a lot more than we think we're holding. And when we finally settle in, a lot comes up. Often people cry during breathing or meditation exercises for this reason. And I would encourage you and invite you to just let the natural process go, whatever that is for you. None of us can see you or hear you. So really just open it up and have a full heart during these experiences. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so 4-8 breathing, one of my favorites. It's in for 4 and out for 8. If you know anything about polyvagal theory and the vagus nerve, you know that 4-8 breathing is absolutely the body's best resource to send an alert to the parasympathetic nervous system. Everything's cool here. We don't have any imminent danger. It's cool. It's chill. It's okay to calm down. So breathing out longer than you breathe in sends a signal to the parasympathetic nervous system. It's okay to calm down, right? So if you're going to learn one or teach one exercise, this would be my recommendation. It has huge, amazing power for the mind and body. And I do this all the time. Sometimes you might notice you're a sigher. My husband will walk around when he's tense and sigh. That's the body's natural way of sending a signal to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is pretty cool because you're audibly breathing out. Let's practice. Please close your eyes. So you're going to breathe in for 4. I will count. And then you're going to breathe out slowly for 8 through your mouth. You're going to breathe in through your nose for 4 and breathe out through your mouth for 8. And you want to hear your audible exhale. Okay? So let's practice. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Practice 2 cycles of that on your own without me counting. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes. So want to add one little layer of something that you can do to really even enhance this experience. I notice my shoulders are very tense. So when I breathe in for 4, when I breathe out for 8, I also relax my shoulders. Let's try that one time. If you notice some tension in your body, on the out breath, breathe some relaxation into that part of your body. So let's try that. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I notice that it's so much more relaxed as I do that. I'm going to keep moving. So that's 4, 8 breathing. Okay, square breathing. As you can see, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, rest for 4. So everybody, let's just practice quickly together. Hold your finger up and draw a square with me. I'm going to go faster than we'll do it during the breathing. Just let's practice the square part. In, out, I'm sorry. Erase, start over. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, and rest, 2, 3, 4. Take your non-dominant hand now. Most people, when I ask them to do that, pick their dominant hand first. And so you're going to breathe in, hold, out, and rest. You can draw the square in the air. I like drawing it on my leg, and you can use both hands. You can do it the same direction, really what feels good to you. You can also trace it on the palm of your hand. I teach this exercise a lot to students who are feeling anxious and sitting in the classroom. And so this is really tactile. So now you're combining tactile soothing, self-soothe, with breathing. Okay, close your eyes. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're drawing a square. And also suggestion to make an audible out breath so that you can hear it. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And rest, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Hold. Out. And rest. Breathe in. Hold. Out. And rest. Keeping your eyes closed, I just want to respond to one of the comments. On the rest, you're just letting your natural breathing take over. So whatever happens for you in the rest period is okay. I'm counting for you. You may not be up to my counting. Maybe you're slower or faster, so that's okay. So I'm going to allow you now to practice 2 or 3 cycles of this on your own. And whatever happens during the rest is the natural rhythm of your breath. So go ahead, breathe in and take over yourself, square breathing. Whenever you're ready, come back to the room. All 12 of these exercises are designed to calm the parasympathetic nervous system. So the 4-8 breathing sends an instantaneous signal because we're wired for that one. All of these exercises help your parasympathetic nervous system and send a signal to your sympathetic nervous system. There's no imminent danger here. It's okay to calm down. So there's no benefit of using one or the other. The reason why I teach 25 and I'm teaching 12 to you today is so that you can find ones that feel good to you, that are easy for you to use on the fly and that you remember to use. The 4-8 breathing one, I just like, it's easy to remember, and also our body is pre-wired for that one already. Somebody said, I find myself breathing in during the rest for 4. That's okay. It just means that my pace is probably a little too fast for you. So if you slow it down a little, you'll be able to take a natural breath in and out during the rest. So for you, you might want to slow it down a tiny bit. Okay, great. If you're feeling dizzy, take a moment, maybe take a sip of water and make sure your feet are on the ground, right? And also that could mean that you're going, right? We don't want that on the natural breath in. You want to go, right? Nice and slow. You don't want to gasp for air or gulp for air. So, however, if you are feeling dizzy, please take a moment and take a break. On the rest, I take 2 natural breaths. That's great. That's honoring the natural rhythm of your body. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next one. So diaphragmatic or belly breathing. Okay, super important one to teach. We teach this one with kids a lot in our office. So what I do is we take a stuffed animal. We ask people to either lay down on the couch, or believe it or not, a lot of kids like to lay on the floor on our yoga mats, which we clean. Kids lay down, they put the stuffed animal on their belly, and then we breathe in and out, and they're taking the stuffed animal for a ride. And it may seem corny, adults like to do it too. So I'll often say, would you like to try diaphragmatic breathing laying down? And if they say yes, I will say, would you also like to try the stuffed animal method? Lots of adults say yes, because it's really a measure of how much your diaphragm is being used for the belly breathing exercise. You don't have to do it laying down. We're going to practice it sitting up right now. So I want everyone to take your hand, you don't have to make a heart, although that's lovely. Put it right on your belly, sort of around your navel, anywhere. And make sure that your shoulders are not tense while you're doing this. So wiggle it up a little, relax. And okay, typically when we breathe in, we are trained to suck our bellies in. This is completely the opposite. You're going to breathe in and push your belly out as if you have a balloon inside your body and you're inflating the balloon with air. So you're going to breathe in and puff it out, and breathe out and relax it. Breathe in and puff it out, breathe out and relax it. Okay. Body relax. Please close your eyes. 2 feet flat on the ground. Nice deep breath in, puff it out. Breathe out and relax. Breathe in and puff it out. Out and relax. Imagine you're inflating a balloon. See if you can get a tiny bit more breath in that balloon as you inhale and puff it out each breath. So let's practice again. Breathe in and puff it out. Breathe out. Breathe in and puff it out. And breathe out. Keeping your eyes closed. Try that for a few cycles yourself. Reminder, if your mind is wandering, bring it back to how your belly's feeling and or to your breath. And try that 2 cycles on your own. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. I'm hoping, assuming that you're starting to feel some calm, right? Me just teaching it, I'm starting to feel my shoulders relax, a lot less tension in my body. My head is swirling a bit less. I'm hoping you are all feeling the same. Let's move on to levered breathing. So everyone just take a look at me for a second. I need to demonstrate this one to you. So the lever is like this. Breathe in, breathe out. Right? You don't need to do this with your arms. I'm just demonstrating it to you. So, but you do want to use your arms. So you can either use your arms or you can use your finger. I like the arm method better because I imagine myself pushing all that negative air out. So it's hard to see me, but I'm breathing in and out like this. So you can use one arm or both. And so when you breathe in, you're going to raise the lever. And when you breathe out, you're going to push all that negative air out, push the lever down. Be mindful of your shoulders. If you find your shoulders tense, don't make such a big lever. Make sure you're not adding any tension to your body as we do this. Okay, everyone close your eyes. You can make one or two levers, your choice. So close your eyes, breathe in and raise your lever. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe in positive air. Breathe out and push all that negative air and energy out. Breathing in positive. Breathe out. Try that for a few cycles on your own now. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your lever or to your breathing. See if you can even slow it down one more tiny bit on your next cycle. You don't need to count during levered breathing. It's however fast or slow you would like to rise your lever. Breathing in may be the same number that you're breathing out or not, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Okay, whenever you're ready, come back to the room. Some of you are adding comments or questions between the exercises in the chat. That's completely fine. I will answer them as they come up if they're appropriate to the lesson here. So if anyone has a question or a comment they'd like to add right now. Thoughts about the tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth while practicing, if that helps your process and it feels good to you, sure. That feels like it makes my jaw very tense, so I don't tend to do that, but if it works for you, go for it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Finger breathing. All right, I really like this one a lot. This is great for kids. So I'm going to show you with my hands raised. You don't need to keep your hands up like this, but just so you can see, you're going to trace as you breathe. So breathing in and breathing out. And I'm going faster than we will be during the breathing exercise. I just want to show you. Breathe in and out and breathe we're going to do it 10 times. So you're going to switch after you do one hand, you're going to switch and you're going to do it with the other hand. I like this because when we use our non-dominant hand, there's one more layer of mindfulness required to sort of control your finger, right? It doesn't naturally trace the way your dominant hand would. I like to rest my hands in my lap comfortably as I'm doing this, but anywhere that you want to put your hands that feels good to you is great. So everyone close your eyes. And I'm going to start you, and I would like you to now start practicing your own natural pace, but I will start you. So just one more reminder, you're breathing in and going up on your finger and breathing out and going down. And then you go to the next finger. So let's get started. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. And now you take over on your own. Do both hands. Come back to the room. One of the questions was, do you need to use your index finger? Not necessarily. I just like it. You probably can use any finger that works for you. In fact, using your pinky is kind of interesting because you really need to focus and concentrate. We don't use our pinkies a lot. So that may even add a layer of mindfulness. Great question. Could you use music? Absolutely, you can add. I use bilateral music in almost every mindfulness that I do, although I'm really enjoying the quiet right now. You can always add music. Yeah, great. And Amy said she found her tongue on the roof of her mouth also. If that's your natural position and it works for you, keep doing it. Let's move on to the next one. I'll explain bilateral music at the end if there's time. Okay, infinity breathing. Everybody take a look at my quick video here. Let's hope it plays. Oh, good. So we are going to be breathing in and out and tracing the shape of an infinity sign. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, you're going to take any finger that you want that feels good to you, and we're going to breathe in and out. Okay, so you're breathing in on one side of the infinity sign and you're breathing out on the other. I'm going way faster than we are going to go. The cool thing about this is that there's 8 ways to do it. So each hand and each direction. So we can go up and to the right, we can go down and to the right, we can go up and to the left, and we can go down and to the left, and then we can switch hands. I also like in square breathing, like to trace the infinity sign on my leg for that added layer of soothing. So everyone just practice tracing your infinity sign for a second without the breathing part. Okay, everyone close your eyes. And I'm going to start you, but because everybody's pace is different, you're going to take over pretty quickly. So I'll start you with the first one. Breathe in, out, now keep going with your own pace. Keeping your eyes closed. If you haven't used your non-dominant hands, please try that now. It adds a layer of mindfulness to the process. And also, if you're tracing both hands, both fingers at a time, maybe try one at a time now and see what that feels like. You can mix it up a little. So one more little cycle of that on your own. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes. One of my new favorites, infinity breathing. Again, great for kids in school. I like the tactile element. I also like it's a different shape. So we had a square, now we have an infinity sign. You sort of have to think about it a little bit. I like that one a lot. One of my favorites. Moving on, peace breathing. All right. So you're going to hold up your hand. Everyone try it with me so you can understand what it's like, and then I'm going to let you do it on your own. So we are going to say a mantra now and do some breathing and do some tracing. So now we're doing 3 things. I am peaceful. So we're going to keep saying I am peaceful and tracing. Several things about that. You're doing nothing with your breath in this one. It's following the natural rhythm of your breath. You can't count and move and focus on breathing at the same time. The brain won't allow you to do that. So for this one, follow the natural rhythm of your breath. You're going to be tracing and saying in your mind, or you can say it out loud. We can't hear you. I am peaceful. And then we start again. And if you notice, it's 4 syllables, you have 5 fingers, you need to pay attention to where you are. If your mind wanders, you will get lost. And so the reason this is really helpful is for attunement. It's tuning in the present moment. It's also tactile and self-soothing. Okay, so everyone start on your own. I'll start you with the I and then do maybe 2 or 3 rounds of peace breathing on your own. I didn't say this specifically. I'm hoping that you guys switch to your non-dominant hand. So you would trace maybe I am peaceful 2 or 3 times on your with your dominant side. And then this feels so good to me. It's really hard for me to use my non-dominant hand and say a mantra and trace. So I really need to pay attention to it. And it's a great distraction, super mindful. It also feels really good, right? It feels tickly. It feels very pleasant to me. So that's peace breathing, also really good for mantras or students or people. Your hands go with you everywhere you go, so does your breath. It's really accessible and helpful. Moving on, drawing your breath. This is something that you will need paper and pen for. I didn't ask you specifically to get that. So we'll go quickly through this one. So I have this piece of paper and I have a pen. If you have one, great. If not, you can try it later. Let me show you. This is a quick little video. It won't look like this while you're doing it. It's just a quick little video I made so that you be breathing in and out, breathing in, breathing out. And let me show you what it looked like if you're doing it. So if you're doing it, you have a blank piece of paper, which will be next to you so you can draw on a flat surface, but I'll show you this way. So I would close my eyes and I would just scribble. The goal is to stay on the paper if possible. And then what's cool about that is you can share your drawings. So when I do this online right now, when we're working with clients, then we sort of do it together and share. And it's really interesting to see the shapes that we created. Let's go through it once for those of you that may have a piece of paper and a writing instrument next to you. So if not, just close your eyes and breathe for a moment. So we'll do it for maybe 30 seconds. Okay, if you were doing that, no, it does not have to be circles. That was just a video. Let's see if you can see. That's what mine looks like. It's just scribbles. It feels nice to kind of see like what shape takes place. You're also adding the other hemisphere of your brain, which is responsible for writing. And so no, you don't have to draw any particular shapes. That was just my video. So just let it loose, let it go. This is also really helpful in art therapy. So our art therapist on our team uses this exercise a lot, drawing your breath. And actually, of course, you can always use your non-dominant hand, which is super fun to see what that looks like at the end. Let's move on. Okay, humming breathing. So humming breathing is interesting. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to do it on one side so that I can hear myself talk, make sure I'm not talking too loud. So what I'm doing is I'm closing my ears so that I'm hearing humming in my own head. So everybody just try that for a second and hum. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it with 2 fingers. Let's see how that feels for me. So you're breathing in, and then on the out breath, you're humming. All right, close your eyes. Feels really good. You can combine the hum with an open mouth, or you can have a closed mouth. Try maybe both ways. See what feels good for you. So close your eyes, feet flat on the ground as a reminder if it's not already. Ready? Breath in. Now do it on your own for several rounds. Maybe try each ear. Maybe try different octaves for the hum, maybe like you're singing. Try it on a little bit, see what feels good for you. Whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. If those of you are practicing yoga, that this is very similar to the Om that you might end a yoga practice with or start a yoga practice with, right? You can feel the vibration in your body. That feels very soothing to me. For some people, this activates them a little bit. If that's true for you, don't use it. I like having a toolbox of ones that feel good to me. I like the vibration. It actually relaxes my face. So you would be breathing in, and then you can play around with how it feels. You can sort of go, you can make different sounds with it. You can play around with it. I really like it. The vibration's super soothing. It gives very kinesthetic. I like the way things feel when I touch, or noise, sounds, really helpful. If any of you have ever had a sound bath, which is awesome, it's where there's crystal singing bowls and they bathe you in sound. It sort of has this vibration to it. It feels really powerful and relaxing. Okay, let's move on. Pursed lips breathing. Her lip are not exactly pursed, but you can see a sort of a space there. For you guys, are going to have even a little more of a space. So I'm going to do it. I can't speak while I'm showing you. Let me demonstrate first, and then we'll do it together. So it's so if any of you can whistle, it would be super cool to maybe try to combine a whistle. I unfortunately cannot whistle. I've never been able to. So try it on maybe with or without whistling. One caveat, do not tense your jaw. Do not get your lips so pursed that you feel tight here. So it's like a relaxed space, very small. It could be a little more if that's what you need to do to feel relaxed. So you're breathing in and you're just breathing out through pursed lips. Also, if you'd like to combine two exercises, you can breathe in for 4 and out for 8 through pursed lips. And then we're combining 4-8 breathing with pursed lip breathing. So everyone close your eyes, feet flat on the ground. Breathing in. Try that on your own a few times. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes. I hope everyone's feeling calm and relaxed right now. I know I am. Our last exercise, number 12, alternate nostril breathing. Again, if you are a participant in yoga, you might have tried this already. I will demonstrate for you. Be mindful not to go, you don't want to gasp in. So you want to just be nice and slow and methodical as you're breathing in. So I use my thumb. Okay, I'm going to breathe in with one nostril closed and breathe out through that same nostril. And then I'm going to switch. There's other ways to do this. This is the one I'm going to teach you today. So it's going to sound weird because my nostril will be closed, but I will show you. I have one nostril closed. I'm breathing in. Breathing out through my nostril. I switch. Breathe in. Nice and slow. Don't worry about how much air you get in there. Okay, so let's try it. Now your lips are closed so that you can breathe in and out through your nose for this one. It's a little bit different. Close your eyes. Press gently on one nostril. Okay, so breathe in. When you're ready, switch your finger to the other side and press gently on that side and breathe in. Try that for 2 cycles on your own. Whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes. So we just did 12 breathing exercises. If anyone has any quick comments or questions, please put them in the chat now. We have a minute or two for me to answer them for you. Also, you can always reach me at dana@rockstarpractice.com. We will email you this PowerPoint presentation. Feel free to use it for your own use so that you can remember all of these exercises. Bilateral music is when you have 2 speakers, one on each side, and the music, the way they actually create the music, it's alternating between speakers, as in bilateral stimulation, like an EMDR exercise. You're welcome. Infinity and drawing the breath. I found myself inhaling on the upswing and exhaling on the exhale. Yes, it takes a little practice, right? So try all different directions. It's really helpful. I like this with little kids too because I like drawing. How often do you have a client who can't do these exercises? There's no such thing as not doing breathing exercises. Everybody's breathing. There are people that are very resistant to it. And then we start with follow your breath or 4-8 breathing. I've never found a client that can't breathe. So it's really helpful if you just maybe start slow or maybe do it one in breath and one out breath so that you can meet them when where they're at and not overwhelm them. I didn't realize how much buildup I had. This will really help. Yes, our bodies hold so much tension, as do our minds, because again, we're the holding environment. Me too. I do dedicated mindfulness meditation practice every single day so that I can release a lot of this energy and then have enough space for all of my clients and all of my team members and all of you. Yes, people started yawning. This is awesome. Wonderful. Yawning is great. People say, I can't do meditation, I fell asleep. Falling asleep is a beautiful way to participate in a meditation. It means you're in a highly relaxed state. So I want to invite you all to practice these. Maybe set aside 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, right after you wake up, right before you go to bed. Maybe check in with yourself right after lunch, do some breathing. When I'm in my chair, if I'm in my office, I sit down and often before I start my day, we'll just close my eyes, set an intention, do some breathing. If I find myself tense, I will check in with myself and do this. So I highly recommend that you guys find a practice that works for you and take 1 or 2 or 3 or more of these exercises and apply it to your daily life. It's been a pleasure. Stay well, everyone.